Are you thinking of starting streaming? Or perhaps you've already started but are wondering if you started correctly? In this video I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to help you learn the best methods of getting started. If you're brand new to streaming, or even if you've been streaming for a little while, this video can still help you. These are a few things that I learned from when I started and are still learning today. And this is me giving you the tips and advice that you can then take on board and hopefully bypass a lot of the learning curve. You can look at them as guidelines or as rules or whatever way you want to take it. But some of these things are do's, some of them are don'ts. So hopefully they'll develop in that way. So number one, the first tip I've got for you is when you're streaming, do not worry about the views. It's the biggest thing I can tell you. Do not watch that view count, because that view count will fluctuate. There will be people who will come in and there are people who will leave. You cannot please everybody. And you don't have to please everybody. You just have to please the ones that you do please, and the rest of it will follow. So I don't care if you have to put a bit of sellotape on it. I don't care if you have to hide it completely from the screen, or some of you will be able to just sit and say just ignore it. There is nothing worse than constantly watching a view number go up and down, and sitting thinking you're doing something wrong. The Twitch platform is a massive platform, and people are looking for something very specific to them, and they will find what they want to find. And sometimes it's not you, and that's okay. But you will build your audience that do like you. So just ignore it. At the end of the day, your stream should not change depending on how many people are watching you. If you're streaming to a dead room or you're streaming to 100 people, you have to still bring the energy. You still have to be constantly talking, constantly engaging, constantly connecting. If you're sitting there with only maybe one person, then you have to connect to that one person the same way you connect if you had 50 people or 100 people, or you have to keep bringing that there. So that's the first one, is forget the view count. Number two is never ever ever call it a lurker. Never. Some people will join on your stream and will literally just sit and lurk. What lurking is, for those who don't know, a lurker is someone who literally will just sit and watch. They may never ever post in chat, and sometimes lurkers may be your most reliable audience, because if they're always there and never speak, the key part of that is that they're always there. And some of your best audience will be lurkers. Some people who just want to sit and chill and maybe not talk, or some people are shy. Some people are just really busy and don't want to start a conversation and have to go off for whatever reason. They're still there. They're still in your stream and they're still providing you an audience. And maybe in time they will talk to you. You don't know how some people are. Some people maybe will like to get to know a streamer before they actually eventually talk, and that's completely fine. I've done an awful lot that I would lurk in a stream for different circumstances. There's sometimes that I've got a lot of shit to do, but I'm still wanting to support a streamer, so I'll just lurk for a while, and if I've got a chance to talk, well, and sometimes I just don't. But I could maybe be there for 2-3 hours watching the full stream. So try not to look at the view count again, because this will actually then almost encourage you to call it lurkers. So if you don't see if you don't see a view count, then you don't know if there's a lurker there or not. But if you ever do notice it, don't call them out. Never ever. Like you can almost try and start a conversation, but make it a very open conversation. How is everybody's day going? What do you like about the game, or this is what I like about the game, what do you think? And if you don't get a reply, you don't get a reply. That's fair enough, and that's fine. But never ever call out somebody by name, because it's the guaranteed way of getting a lurker to leave, and they'll probably never be back in the stream. So don't make that mistake. The third one is just, you have to enjoy it, right? And there'll be a lot of people will say to you, oh, if you play the games you enjoy and you play this and you constantly enjoy it, that you'll build an audience. Sometimes that's not necessarily true, but at the same time, don't play something that you really dislike just because it's popular. If you're sitting there and you're bored shitless of the game, and you really don't want to be playing it, it rubs off in your stream. If you're sitting there going, I fucking hate this game, this is fucking ridiculous, I'm so bored, then people watching your stream are going to be like, well, I'm really bored too, so catch you later. So you need to keep the energy. Find something you like and play it. You know, I wouldn't say ever, at the very start, I would say try and avoid AAA games. Try and avoid these games that everybody and their granny's playing. Play a game that you like, that's maybe a little bit less populated, so that then you can sort of try and build an audience around that. Like, if a brand new game comes out today, don't get me wrong, if you want to play it and you're playing it anyway, throw on a camera. You might get some viewers, but the chances are you probably won't, unless you've already got an audience. You might still get a couple of ones who have watched you before in other videos or other games or whatever, or just been on your stream a few times before. They may still come back. But if you're playing something that's very, very, very oversaturated, there's a good chance you won't be discovered. But I'll explain that there probably more in a different video. So that's my other tip. My next tip for you is going to be, when you start streaming, try and keep your quality. It doesn't have to be tremendous. Don't go out and spend a lot of money and say to yourself, I'm going to start streaming, I need to go out and spend $2 or $3 grand, because you don't. Streaming is a mindset. It's not just something that's dead easy. People think it's so easy. Like, it's like, do you know what, I can throw on an Xbox or throw on a game and just throw on a camera and I'll be famous by next week. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to tell you, it doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. It is a mindset, and you need to keep it in the right headspace of saying, this is what I want to do, and constantly remind yourself as to why you're doing it, and keep that passion, keep the fight, because unfortunately, I'm sorry to tell you, but the grind just got real. If you are streaming, this is not a quick fix 2-second job. You need to stick at it, but you need to know why you're sticking at it, and you will get there. If you want to stick at it and you want to keep going, then do it and stick at it, and keep at it, because you will get there eventually. But don't just look for the end goal. You have to enjoy the journey, because sometimes it doesn't actually matter where you get to. It's the how you get there and the fun you can have along the way. There's some fantastic people that will jump in and watch your streams. There's some dicks too. Unfortunately, it is what it is. So it all comes down to your mindset. Get your head right. As long as your head's right, then everything else is fine. If someone comes in and starts being a little bit dickish in a stream, don't call them out on it. Don't rise to it. Because sometimes if you get into a full scale argument, it makes other people uncomfortable. Sometimes it's just easier just to ban them or get a moderator to do it. Or sometimes if somebody comes off as being a little bit dickish, just kind of come back and say, well, thanks for the feedback, and take care now, kind of thing. And sometimes people will change their tune. Some people don't mean to be a dick. Some people are just genuinely trying to be comical or trying to be funny, and it just hasn't came across right through text. So maybe give them one chance to see if they'll redeem it. If they're starting there and just literally trying to troll you, it's easier just to ban them and remove them than to sit and rise to it. Because as I say, you could actually, by calling out an argument with one person, you could actually lose half your viewers, because people start to feel uncomfortable and be like, yeah, this is not what I'm looking for. People don't like drama in any aspect, so it's easier to just kind of say, no, I'm done with this, and leave. So I say, just be aware of that. There will be a lot of trolls out there. There will be people who will literally come in just to put you down. And unfortunately, as hard as it sounds, you have to take the rough with the smooth. Because at the same time, for everyone that comes in like that, is one less dick out there before you find that you're an amazing audience. The people who will support you 24/7. Which actually brings me to my next point. If you're streaming, you need to support other streamers. It's one of the easiest and best ways to find an audience, is by supporting other people. Now, this does not mean, by the way, jumping into a stream and be like, hey, I stream, check me out. and start posting your links over it, because that's not cool. Don't ever do that either. Talk, go in as a viewer, talk, chill, chat, get to know the streamer, have a conversation, build that friendship, because more often than not, they will then say, hey, do you stream? Or sometimes they might not even ask you, they might just like casually do what I do sometimes. If I'm talking to someone for a while, or if I'm logging off, I will sometimes actually go onto their profile and just in my own head say, hey, look, they've got so many followers, they're a streamer. And I'll hit the follow button, and the next time I see them on, if I'm not streaming, I'll jump in and be like, hey, you jumped in my stream, I'm going to jump in yours. And like, maybe not say that, but kind of pay it forward, I think it's called. Like, if you go in and you get someone support, and you're always supporting them, and they feel that you're genuinely there for them, the chances are they will then try to genuinely be there for you too. So I say a lot of ones will maybe give you a shout out, or they'll talk to you for a while, and then they say to you, hey, do you stream? And if they don't be offended. Some people don't like asking that question, and unfortunately some people, for no fault of their own, some people have just got really, really busy lives and maybe only stream when they can. So you have to take the rough with the smooth, and don't ever be offended if someone doesn't jump into your stream, because if just because they don't jump into your stream in a week's time or 2 weeks time, you never know what will happen 6 or 7 months down the line. It could be a day that they have a couple of days off work, or something else happens that they get freed up more, and they could be in your stream every single day. So if you're supporting someone else, be genuine about it, and don't go in going, oh, if I support this person, then they're going to support my stream. Go into it and say, look, this person's at the same stage I'm at, I know I could use the support, so I'm going to give them the support, and it will, what you send forth will come back to you eventually. Maybe not from everybody, but from a lot of people. And also, look at what you can learn from other streamers. Watch other streamers. You'll find that there's a lot of things that maybe you'll watch and you'll see and be like, hey, I like how he does that, or how she does that, I'm going to do that in my stream. Or some things you could sort of think, oh, I'm doing that in my stream, but I see how it works in theirs, and I don't really like that personally. Or that they're trying this and it's not really working for it works for them, it doesn't work for me, and then you can learn and use it as a learning curve. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Have fun, enjoy the grind, I suppose, and don't get disheartened. That's one of the biggest things you have to learn, is try not to get disheartened. As much as it is difficult, and as much as it sounds like it could be the most hellish thing in the world, because there is some days, and I promise you now, there'll be days that you will wake up and you will say, I cannot be bothered. But you have to then focus yourself and say, I have to be in front of that camera. And like I said, I've mentioned this in previous videos before, get a schedule. Get a schedule that you're going to stick to. I said in one of the previous videos that a schedule is not just for you. It's not just for your audience, a schedule's for you too. If you know what time you're streaming at, then your audience knows what time you're streaming at. Then you have a way of connecting and meeting at the same time. Plus, if you know you have to be on camera at a certain time, then you know for a fact you have to be ready. Never take a down day. Never take an off day. Unless you really have to. Don't ever wake up and go, can't really bother today, sure, what's one day. So what you want to do is get a time limit that you can stick to. Even if you're only on for an hour or two, I would always suggest personally minimum 3 hours, roughly. Sometimes more, but if you can't stick to 3 hours, then do 2. But at least if your audience knows roughly how long you're on for, your endurance will increase as you progress. Do not start a stream and say, I'm going to stream for 24 hours. I did that. I did it for days. I've streamed for 12 hours, 24 hours. I did a 71 hour stream at one point, and I was exhausted. And the problem is, the next day I was fucked. 100% I was fucked. Because I had planned on getting some kip and doing another stream, but the next day I was so burnt out, I was so completely fucked, that I couldn't function. Do not burn yourself out too quickly. Stick to what is manageable and what you can probably do. and the rest I promise you will follow. So if you've enjoyed this video, hit me with a like and a comment, subscribe, that sort of thing. I stream as well on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Nearly forgot what days I stream there. All my linkage and stuff is in the description below. If you want to check me out, again, we greatly appreciate it. Also, if you've got any questions, anything you want to know, or anything you want to ask me, stick them in the comments below. I promise you, I will answer every question. I will address you. I will reply to all the comments. Also, if you want to even send me a DM or something with your stream, if you're starting out, send me a DM, or stick it in the comments, and I'll try and get round and check it out for you as well, and hopefully catch up with you that way. Alright, take it easy. Thank you very much for watching, and peace out, and I shall see you in the next one.